If you're thinking about buying some bikepacking gear off TEMU, you might find this video helpful because I've just done a 600-kilometer bikepacking trip with this gear here from TEMU, and I'm going to let you know how it went. Here's a quick overview of the gear I'll be talking about. Start off would be with this top tube bag. I've just covered some tape over the logo. It's waterproof, and I'll show you the info on the website. If you look just there, it says 2 liters, but if you compare the measurements there to what the Topic measurements are, which are basically the same, you'll realize this bag is actually 0.75 liters, not 2 liters. That's not a problem, just keep in mind that it's not going to be 2 liters. After the week of riding with it, it held up really well. It's really waterproof, nothing really got damaged. It's a good bag. This top tube bag just has some holes in the bottom here where you screw it onto the top of your frame. It's nice to not have any straps and just have it seamlessly up on your top tube there. And yeah, just comparing prices, so there's a couple Topic or Topic products that are similar. There's this one here for $50. It's called the Top Loader Bike Bag. The downside of this one is you need to carry a separate waterproof bag to put on top of that, whereas this one just comes waterproof. And some of the other Topic top tube bags I'm looking at cost about $72. Okay, I'll move on to the next product I use, and that would be this one here, the Handlebar bag. So in this, I put my sleeping bag in my tent. It was very convenient to have up in front of the handlebars. So it's basically 2 parts. There's the dry bag inside. It's really thick, sort of rubbery material, super waterproof, great quality this part. And there's a bit of Velcro here, so it just goes on there, and then you do the straps up. And if you spin it around, there's some straps to mount it onto the handlebars and one to hold it onto the head tube. So the only problem with this one was, you can see if I hold it up, this is like where it mounts onto the handlebars. This stitching here has come undone. So initially it sat like that, but then after all the bumpy riding, you can see the stitching is ripped out. So it's not the biggest problem because I can just re-stitch that back up. But I'm definitely going to need to do that before I go on my next ride so I can hold that up better. I put the weight for that one on the notes list. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to put links to all the exact products I bought off TEMU in the description so you can have a look at them. It looks like it's sold out now, but I did just do a search on TEMU for handlebar bag and added in the name Sahoo, S-A-H-O-O, and I was able to find some. Alright, next off would be the sleeping mat. I was quite impressed by this one. It was about $30 and it was really comfortable. It blows up really quick and I didn't get any punctures or any leaks over the whole time. So if I compare this to the price of some more expensive ones, this one's a bargain. Again, the weight is on the notes list, and I mean I can quickly search up what a lightweight sleeping mat would cost if I bought one from a name brand. So this one that my mate used was from Sea to Summit. If I click on the regular sizing, that one's $195, or if I go to the large, that's $210, and those prices are on sale. So you can see that's quite a lot more expensive. But yeah, I have to admit, his was a little bit more comfortable, a little bit thicker, but yeah, the extra, what, $170 more, I would be sticking with this one from TEMU. The final product would be my tent. So I didn't actually buy that one from TEMU, that one was from eBay, but I imagine you're going to find the same tents across TEMU and eBay. They're straight from China, cheap tents. Right, so it took 5 minutes to set up. My 1 week trip, I didn't get wet at all sleeping in this thing, which was good. It didn't really rain, but each night it got pretty wet with the dew, damp. So some mornings I just laid it out in the sun to dry. But I'm going to use my hose here to do a bit of a waterproofing test. Okay, so I just covered it in a fair bit of water, and you can see the water was beating off quite nicely. Okay, just opening it up to see if it got wet inside. It might be hard to tell in the video, but you can see it's all still dry. None of the water got through. This side of the tarp is still dry.
I usually fold that over and leave it open at night, just so you can get a bit of fresh air, you can see out. And then you just open these side zippers here, and it gives you pretty good access to getting inside it. There's also a little air vent here you can fold open. Regarding space, I'm about 6 feet tall and I had plenty of room in there. I'm glad I didn't buy a smaller one. I think this was perfect. There was a bit of space to store some jumpers in there, my water bottle, and I wasn't really touching the sides of the tent. Overall, really happy with this purchase, especially considering it was only about $60. It's light, good quality, kept me dry. I saved a lot of money buying this one as compared to some of the more expensive options. Highly recommend.
As I mentioned, couldn't be happy with that tent. I think it was great. So I'll show a video of what all the bags look like on my gravel bike. So you can see the top tube bag in the frame and the saddle bag, a Topic. I didn't want to risk buying from TEMU for those products and went with Topic. I got one of them off Marketplace and one from Pushies, and they were pretty reasonable, great bags, really happy with them. I couldn't really find many bags similar on TEMU. Like for example, all of the saddle bags just seem to be really small, so that's why I went with the Topic one there. And the Topic frame top tube bag, that was pretty reasonably priced. I think I picked it up for about $70 and that thing is great. Fit a lot in there, great quality. Really loved the Topic stuff as well. Yeah, in the future, I'd probably like to get a little bit more of the Topic stuff just because it mainly looks a bit nicer and all the zippers feel a bit better as well. But yeah, definitely for my first trip, this TEMU stuff was great.